So, hello guys, welcome to the first episode of Atomic Conversations with Swapnil. And in today's episode, I had an insightful conversation with Garima Jain, who is the founder of Builtest. Garima helps entrepreneurs, professionals, and content creators build their personal brand and grow their presence on LinkedIn. And in today's episode, we dive deep into topics like how to grow effectively on LinkedIn, ways you should know before starting your LinkedIn journey, and what it takes to become a LinkedIn strategist yourself, and many more things as well. It's a conversation filled with practical strategies, thoughtful insight, and the ideas that can truly shift your way you think about LinkedIn. So put on your headphones, sit back, and enjoy the conversation with Garima Jain on Atomic Conversations with Swapnil. What made you to be a LinkedIn strategist and what made you help people to grow their LinkedIn?
This happened naturally. I started LinkedIn with no intention, no such intention. Honestly, I was there on LinkedIn just to get some guidance from professionals and from teachers as I was doing CMA, right? So I was just there. But I saw like so many people are creating good content. I'm like, why am I behind? So I started creating content related to whatever I was learning. I started doing it and eventually I started enjoying it and I was getting traction. I was like, let's do it.
That's great. So like I've seen people like they're like quite struggling while posting or while being a content creator over there. So what are the most common misconceptions that the content creators and the professionals have about building their own personal brand on LinkedIn?
Well, yeah. So the most common misconception I see is that most people think that they need to be very expert in everything they do. You can't even imagine, Swapnil, how many times I have seen people saying that I will start posting on LinkedIn unless and will till I am expert. Yeah, I'll start posting when I'm expert. It's not like that. On LinkedIn, you don't need to be expert to start posting. You just have to share your day-to-day learnings and whatever you're learning in your school, in your college, or maybe whatever course you are adapting, right? You can share about that. Also, one more misconception is that you need to be professional. You need not to be very professional and sound like a corporate brochure. You need not to be formal. You just people just connect with people and they don't connect with the job title you have, right? So that's another misconception. Also, there's one another misconception that you need to post every day. It's like even you, if you don't post every day, people will not like your content. If you don't post every day, people will forget you. It's not like that. People will not forget you unless your content reflects your tone. If your content speaks about you, it is memorable and it shows the real time stories and struggles and how you overcome that, people will remember you no matter what. So if you are away from all this misconception, your content will just spread like a wildfire.
So like as you said that if people not gonna post every day,
Right.
their audience or other people will not forget. But talking about the algorithm needs consistency, and I've heard this thing from many other creators, or
Mhm.
from many of my fellow creators. If you want to get the maximum engagement or the reach on LinkedIn or any other social media platform, you should post regularly because the algorithm will help you to get more engagement and more views on your post. So is that
Right, I
true
agree.
or is it a myth?
Yeah, it is absolutely true. It is absolutely true. But the myth is like most people think that posting consistently means posting every day. It's like you are like burning out, you're just posting every day. This is consistency. So consistency is sticking towards what you said you would. It's like you said that you will post on Monday 6 p.m., stick to that. You said that you'll post on Wednesday or Thursday or Tuesday at 5 p.m., stick to that. This is consistency. Consistency does not mean posting every day. Consistency means preparing a content calendar and sticking towards it. So that's how algorithm and engagement will follow you when you are very consistent towards your content.
And talking about a budding LinkedIn creator who is just starting right now, but after few posts, that person doesn't get the desired results that he or she has expected.
Hmm. Hmm, hmm, hmm.
So how to stay consistent and how to tackle that thing?
So the fact is, in the beginning, initially you have to struggle a lot. It's not like struggle does not mean that you have to like forcefully post every day. It's not like you said that you'll post on Monday and you're forcefully doing that. This is exactly what takes you to the struggle. When you enjoy doing it, nothing will sound like a struggle, right? If you enjoy doing it and if you feel like, oh, I need to write because my audience, my 30 people are waiting for me, like my 20 people are waiting for me. Again, it's not like about you are showcasing yourself as someone or you want to be like someone, that's why you're posting. It is just you want to share your perspective towards a specific thing. You want to share stories in the comments of some other people you're relating to it. So that's actually what makes you stand out. It will not burn you out. It will not it will not feel like a struggle to you once you are used to it. Initially, it may, but once you start enjoying it, it will not for sure.
So, if someone is a beginner and if someone wants to create a personal brand on LinkedIn or any other social media platform, so what are the foundational steps that someone can take from day one to begin their brand on LinkedIn or any other platforms?
So, if I have to start, I talk about myself in this question. If I have to start from the
Hmm.
scratch, the first and the foremost thing I see is I will be very crystal clear towards my positioning. Is what it's like, wherein I see who I want to sound like. No, it's like more about who I want to target, what are my target audience, and what kind of personality I want to showcase. This is number one is positioning. I will be crystal clear on my positioning. Secondly, again, the optimization of the profile, which is profile revamp, your profile picture about section banner, GP, everything should be very clear and very, it should look approachable towards anyone who comes to your profile. Number third is I will start very small. I will take many small baby steps wherein I post, let's say, once a week, not to gain virality, just to practice showing up. Once you practice showing up and you're starting small, you are in the game. And once you know all these three things, you are another thing is you start engaging with people. Engaging with people again does not mean to get engagement on your post and your profile. Engaging with people is just to showcasing your presence and sharing your own perspective towards some specific thing. So if you have tackled all these four things initially, you're already 90%, you're like 90% done.
So, talking about the personal brand, according to you, you being a LinkedIn strategist, so how do you define personal brand in today's digital environment?
Oh, well. So personal brand is basically when you are showcasing your personality other than your brand. It's not like that you have a specific brand and you are selling a product or you're selling a services and you are just like, okay, you know that this is a brand you have to sell. The fact is that you have to showcase you as a brand. It's like how Aman Gupta is known for boat or how some other founder is known for some. You have to showcase yourself as a brand other than your. So I am a founder of Built, right? So it's not like Biltis is a separate company landing page. It's not like that. Biltis should be known by me. So I have to make myself as a brand just to showcase Biltis. So once people trust me, trust my personality, trust my content, if I make relatable content, and if I put a lot of problem solving, insightful content, people will trust me, and eventually they will trust my brand. They will like, oh, we don't trust Biltis, but just because Garima is the founder of Biltis, we will trust it, right? So you have to showcase yourself as a brand. You have to build yourself as a brand on LinkedIn, and you are good to go then. Your brand will be in today's digital world. This is exactly what is needed. You don't have to copy paste from someone, and you don't have to sound like someone else. You have to be your own personality. You should carry yourself in such a way that you already have energy of yourself. So that's how a brand could be built in today's digital world.
If if someone is a business professional or a professional who creates content on LinkedIn, so how that person can balance between sharing their personal content, professional content on LinkedIn?
Yeah, it's more about like one more thing I say this. I love this case study, by the way. This is more about people on LinkedIn. They start sounding like Google. It's like, oh, you have this problem, this is the solution. You have this problem, follow these three steps, and this is the solution. This is no, this is not exactly how you have to sound like on LinkedIn. Because if Google is doing that work, then you are like no one. You have to sound like human, wherein you tell them and you give them a mini case study about everything, about your client story, about the brand, about the client you're working with. You got a call from a client and this happened. You have to give a mini case study of everything. You have to be a human being, not a Google on LinkedIn. Instead of telling and giving them very generic solution, give them how you did it. What were the outcomes of it? What caused it? So if you give them everything with a reason and with a case study, then this is exactly what takes you away from Google. You will eventually sound like human and people will relate to it.
Does sharing personal content or your failures or your setbacks helps you to get more engagement? Is that true? Like,
Oh yes, definitely it is. It because it sounds very relatable. For all the founders and CEOs I'm working with right now, the more I post content is the content I post more is about their failures and their client stories and behind the scenes. Because that actually, because on LinkedIn, most of people, they sound like very big achievements and day-to-day learnings. They have achieved so much, they've learned so much, they're doing so many courses, but no one really talks about what struggles they have to take along, what other things they have to, tackle, which everyone's feel that, but no one shares. But the one who shares actually take them one step forward. So yeah, definitely we share behind the scenes, we share failures, everything.
Got it. So how often should someone ideally post? Because like if someone will post regularly, that person will have that burnout. So how to maintain that consistency without burning out?
Yeah, as I said earlier, because consistency does not mean every day, right? As I said this before, if you think if you have to you have to post every day, this is the fastest route to burnout. You have to just stick to the content calendar. It is very important for you to prepare a content calendar. If you have started initially, you don't know when your target audience is active, when is your best time to post. You just start experimenting with different days and different times and different audience and different networking people, right? Once you have experimented, it will take you eventually what, 2 weeks? This in 2 weeks you'll know what's the graph and what's the matrix of your LinkedIn, right? In 2 weeks, after 2 weeks, you prepare the content calendar wherein you're like, okay, Monday 6 p.m. is my target audience active. Monday, like early morning, probably Monday is not a good day to post in the morning. This is mainly at 6 p.m. around 5 p.m. on LinkedIn. Or let's say Wednesday you are posting at on let's say 9 a.m. in the morning or 11 a.m. in the morning. So once you prepare that calendar, no one will take you to that burnout or that struggle phase, as I said before. Definitely. And also, one more thing I would say that I always prefer content batching. If you are a busy person in corporate and doing job, whatever it is, if you are not doing LinkedIn full time, it is always preferable to content batching, wherein you sit on a Sunday evening and you grab your coffee and you write 5 to 6 content pieces and you're done for the week. Right? You don't have to scramble your head every day, like every 5 minutes of posting, like what do I post, what idea should I post. It's always preferable to content batching so that you don't burn out. So that's the best method one can use.
Got it. So you're saying it would be easy for the creators or to create batch content, like pick a
Yeah.
particular day and shoot or like write your content pieces for the whole week.
Right. Do it in case you are busy and if you're not a full-time creator on LinkedIn. Yeah, that's the best method.
So what are the most meaningful metrics people should track to understand whether their brand or post efforts on LinkedIn are working?
Oh, well, that's a good question. Also, on LinkedIn, if you have to track this metrics, that is your content or your whatever post you are putting, is it gaining the metrics that you have aiming for, that you are expecting? Is number one, when you are posting on LinkedIn, make sure that people who are engaging, they are not generically commenting. It's like good post, nice choice, great one. They are actually sharing their own perspective and also sharing their mini case studies, mini stories related to your post, and they're sharing it. If it is the thing that okay, that's one point, that's a win situation. Also, see, whenever you post on LinkedIn, for one hour, just trace that who are the page visitors, who are the profile visitors on LinkedIn. If you are gaining people who are the profile visitors, it means that your content is curious enough to make people jump to your profile. Number second. Number third is eventually if you are creating content for 3 to 4 months regularly, consistently, you will see that you will get the job offers, you will start getting leads, you start getting clients, all inbound, you'll start getting speakers, invite, podcast requests, everything. And if all of these things are happening after you consistently post, then it means that that's a win situation for you and your audience.
Does timing affects your reach?
Yes, it does. It does. Mostly, if I talk about myself, I have the best timings that is 6 p.m. in the evening for most days, and for the most days, it is like 9 a.m. or 11 a.m. in the morning. So if I post any time around 1 or 2, it will affect my content no matter how good my content is because my target audience is only active at my specific time because they're used to looking at my content at that time and that specific day, right? So yeah, timings matter.
But I've heard this thing from one of the creators I follow. I sorry, I forgot her name, and she said like post every post of yours around 9 a.m. and 3 a.m. because like talking about 9 a.m. people would be there in their office and they would be opening LinkedIn, and
Right.
talking about 2 p.m. and 3 p.m. they would be having lunch and at that time they would be scrolling LinkedIn.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
is
yeah.
that true?
So yeah, this is true. 9 a.m. as I said, this works because everyone they are ready for the day. They are like traveling to their offices and they are sitting on a metro scrolling on LinkedIn, right? So that's a good time. And also 6 p.m. they are off to their home and they are scrolling LinkedIn. But yeah, on lunchtime also, this the timings actually vary from creator to creator and the specific target audience to target audience, right? So if 3 p.m. works for you, it might not work for me, and if 6 p.m. work for me, it might not work for you, right? So you have to just experiment and analyze what's
Hmm.
your time.
How often should someone be more cautious and should not be hampered by other people's opinion when that person is posting?
Well, I'll tell you this, Swapnil. On LinkedIn, there are very low people. Like, there's very less chance of you getting trolled about anything because LinkedIn is more about people who are like good, well-educated, professional people who really want to create content. Right? So you'll get a very low matrix of people who are actually there to criticize you or to troll you about something. Number one, I hardly get anyone on LinkedIn after having this much connections and followers. I hardly get anyone on LinkedIn who actually troll
Be-
me for something. Yeah.
because a
And
similar kind of thing happens on YouTube and on Instagram and on
exactly.
X as well.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, Instagram, there people will troll you for no reason on Instagram. YouTube also people will troll you for no reason. I mean, but LinkedIn, thankfully, touch wood, there's no one, there's like hardly anyone who trolls you and they get blocked after they, do it like twice or thrice. But yeah, LinkedIn is a very good professional platform. But the only thing you need to, right, you need to, if you want to stand out, you just don't have to copy paste anything. Even if you're copying, you have to copy smartly, right? That's also a trick. You need to copy smartly. I use this app called Taplu, wherein you get all the good, best engaging posts of some specific creators, and you just gain insights, and you just, like you consume content, you consume good content. So it's not like copying content, but yeah, like you are just actually looking out like what kind of content is going on LinkedIn and what could be trending. So it's not copying, but yeah, if you are copying, you need to be very smart enough to copy, right?
Oh, talking about content, I've heard this thing and I've personally witnessed this thing. Talking about the video content, the video
Mhm.
content is getting more virality and reach as compared to the post.
Yeah.
So, according to you, what would you suggest? Like, if someone should start creating video content or should stick to video content because that
Yeah.
person is getting maximum engagement and reach, or should have like amalgamation of both, or should only stick to the what text post?
So, text post has the supreme power on LinkedIn, number one. Yeah, this is like undeniably supreme power. Text post, it gets the highest rate, it is more reader friendly, etc. But yeah, on LinkedIn video, you remember on LinkedIn, there was a feature of video content, but now it is removed eventually, right? So that time the video content was the king on LinkedIn. Everyone started creating video. But now I saw something really interesting that on LinkedIn nowadays, people are posting a lot of horizontal content. I don't know if it is the YouTube influence or maybe because it is more, like it just want to be a desktop view kind of thing. But if you post more of a horizontal video than a vertical one, you get more traction because it is more, I don't know why, but it's more approachable and watch friendly kind of a thing. But this is very interesting metric that I just recently discovered that horizontal video content is booming. Also, if I talk about also long form articles are also they are doing great. People are just subscribing to your newsletters and your articles, and you can write a long story, an article of maybe a case study. These also content types are also booming, but I tell you, it does not really affect on what kind of format is actually. It is about what kind of content you're presenting matters the most. Even if you post that in a carousel or in a case study form or in article, newsletter, video, textual, whatever it is, if your content is the king, then the format will not matter at all.
Carousel helps you to go get more reach on LinkedIn because like I've seen many creators, they only post carousels and they have got like good amount of reach on carousels only.
It's been a long time since I posted browser, honestly, because it takes hard work. It takes time to edit all those, taking it
Design,
from the
yeah.
camera and everything. Yeah, it takes times, right? So it's better for me to just write because I'm very good in like it's like it's handy for me to write. It's just my thing nowadays. I'm very habitual. I'm used to writing now. So it become very handy. But it's been a long time since I. But yeah, I've seen a lot of profiles they're using carousels, and they're getting a lot of traction. I mean, that's a good thing. Carousels definitely they are also booming a lot.
What's the major role of hooks, and any tips or how you can craft hooks and openings that stop people from scrolling?
Oh well, yeah, hook is the number one thing on LinkedIn. It's just like it's people will, they'll just look at your post and they'll just decide in 2 to 3 seconds that will they read that whole post because of the hook. So I just know that one very interesting fact that on hook you don't, if you're, for example, let's take an instance, you're sharing a story, right? You don't start a story with a long, with a starting point or with a long rhyme. You just have to start writing your post when the story gets interesting. You start your post with that. Let's say I'll say, oh, I yesterday I went to a market, I had to buy that or buy this, and now I'll come up with, oh, bro, you can't even imagine who I ran into in the market. I'm like, oh, what happened? And you'll just eventually you'll click on the see more button and you'll read the whole story just to know that who ran out to me in the market, right? So whenever your story get wherever the story gets interesting, you just start your post with that. This is exactly how hook and also there are three main things you need to keep in mind when you are writing a book. You need to be very much you have to challenge a belief. You can even challenge a belief. You are someone who they are like a specific group of people who have a specific belief and you're challenging that, be that hook. Because a lot of people will come and they'll just, they will just give an opposite opinion. If you have a very strong opinion about something, you are ready to challenge that hook, go for it, right? And it could be something related to add numbers to your hook, add questions to your hook, add curiosity driven hooks, right? Question because people will be ready to answer. It's again a CTA kind of a thing on a hook. Secondly, add numbers because like I've gained this much followers. I went from this follower to this follower in these days, right? So these are like again a matrix driven or curiosity driven kind of like how did she do that? So these kind of hook really perform well on LinkedIn. And then after putting a hook, you can give them a full case study about how you did it and what were the outcomes and exactly.
So, you being a strategist, LinkedIn strategist, how do you differentiate after reading someone's post whether this hook is a good hook or a bad hook? Like, how do you differentiate both, or how do you categorize the both things? Like,
Of
oh,
course,
what are the
like
hooks that are good? What are the hooks that are bad?
yeah. So on LinkedIn, if there is something like, if that hook does not bring the curiosity in me to read the whole post, I'll just scroll past. And every other person will do that, right? If that hook is something like, I solved this problem. I was doing this in my library and I was reading this book and it actually helped me do this. I mean, every book will help you to learn something or to, grasp some knowledge. What is that specific thing that you learn that stuck with you? Write about that in the book. So if there's a hook that does not drives curiosity in me, and if does not brings a question in my mind and oh, this is something I need to know, oh, this is something that's relatable to me, then I don't click on. I mean, no one clicks to the see more button and listen. They just scroll past, right? So that's exactly how you judge a post. I mean, that's a wrong word to use, but that's exactly you see the post.
So the hooks matters a lot to get more
Very.
engagement. Got it. Hmm. What strategies do you recommend for growing loyal and engaged followers or audience organically?
Okay, well, so there are a lot of people who see all the people and communities they are joining as a number. You don't have to see them as a number. It's not like you have gained one, like let's say 10K impressions on LinkedIn, you're happy. If that 10K impression does not pay your bills, then you need not to be happy about that, right? You don't have to take any number, any follower, any impression count as an achievement, right? It's not like that you have gained, let's say, 50K impressions today and you are good for that. If you have one good connection, then it's a win situation for you. And if you have posted something that, let's say, got 2K impressions, but you got a client, that post is much better than the one which got 50K impressions, right? Because eventually, at the end of the day, it's not like for the life you don't have to just write and write and write and write posts if eventually it does not take you to somewhere. if it is not helping you land a perfect job, your dream job, and if it is not helping you to connect with the founders and CEOs, if that is the target audience, or if you're not getting, let's say, potential clients you're looking for, then putting out content on LinkedIn is useless. You need to track that what exactly you need to put and what exactly you have to just keep that in mind that, oh, that post with just 2K impression got me a lead. Let me just read that post again. What did I write exactly? I need to write something similar to that so that I can get another lead. So you need to keep tracing that. It's not like you have to showcasing your 50K impression valley post a lot of time, right? You have to just trace that post that got you a lead, that got you some good connection, that helped you, connect with a good founder or a good person, startup owner, an entrepreneur, which can help you in learning and which could be a potential client.
Let's talk about niche now. If someone is starting, if someone is a complete beginner and that person is quite confused, like what kind of content to create, and is confused about the niche as well. So how someone can choose their niche, or like should someone should stick to one particular niche, or should like amalgamate everything based on their choices and interest and should post.
Yeah, I'll tell you about myself. When I started LinkedIn, I posted about finance. I posted about law, which is now not at all close to me. Finance, law, I posted about accounting, money, investment, all of these things, right? But eventually I discovered when I started LinkedIn. When I was like I did 1 year LinkedIn and then I discovered like, okay, this is not exactly what I need to do. This will not take me anywhere. Personal branding is something that will take me, right? But if you are in a college and if you want to start on LinkedIn and you don't have any niche, start with baby steps. Start by putting out content, not to get viral again, but to use to showing up, but to like practice showing up. You can write about a specific thing that you learned today on your in your class, or maybe a specific book you have read today. Maybe you have a little change in your schedule, you have started working out. Write about that, share your experience. It's not about that you need to be a very corporate thing, a very professional to be started to start writing on LinkedIn. You need to just start writing just by showcasing yourself as a learner, as someone who is into a college, who have learned this specific thing. Oh, I have learned this specific tool. Oh, I have learned this about ChatGPT today. I have learned this about some AI tool. And you just start whatever you're learning in every day. You watch a podcast, you read a book, you have learned something, gained some insights. Write about that. You have implemented some specific thing that you have learned in a book or a podcast. You have implemented in a real life. Share that story. So that's how you start learning, and eventually you will see that you'll discover that what actually interests you and what kind of post and what kind of niche is actually getting more traction. And then eventually you will choose that route.
When it is appropriate to use direct outreach and how it can be done authentically, like if you want to do cold emails or if you want to reach to someone, how to do
Mhm.
that authentically.
So, cold emails or personalized notes and outreach, whatever way you prefer, it is only preferable when you actually want to start a conversation. Right? If you want to start a conversation with someone and if you want to have really want to learn from them, or you want to share your insights to them, you have to start with a very friendly tone, not being salesy. Your pitch should not look salesy. It's not like a cold pitch. It's like, yeah, I am into personal branding and I will help you grow on LinkedIn. Why would someone be there if they have not seen you, if they don't know you? You have to talk about them and you have to talk about you also. And also in the post, in the pitch, whatever it is, in the personalized note or cold email, whatever, you have to just tell them that how you have approached them. Maybe that some specific post of theirs interest you, some specific audio event you might have attended, a specific newsletter you might have seen. That some specific thing interested you a lot, and that's how that made you approach them. So write about that. You don't have to be very salesy, and you have to start like directly just on a cold call and just start pitching about that. You have to just give them a problem that, oh, I saw, if for example, if I talk about myself, I am into personal branding, right, on LinkedIn. I just tell them, hey, I saw your profile and I saw that you are doing great, you are putting out great content, but your content is not reaching towards the larger audience, or maybe this is one specific problem that your LinkedIn profile is facing, but if we solve this in this way, this will take you from this to this. That's exactly how you show them that this is exactly what problem you are facing. That's how you can solve that, and this will take you from this to this. And if you give them a perfect, like, a graph or a tabular form thing, right? They will like this thing will entrust to, like, okay, if I hire her and if I reach out to her, she will take me from this to this. This will help me to get good hire, or maybe this will help me to, get a potential lead and everything. So that's how you start a conversation. You don't start by saying like, oh yeah, hey, can you just pay me $10,000 and I'll fix our LinkedIn? No, that's not. You'll get rejections eventually.
Got it. So, if someone is outreaching, is there any higher possibility? If someone is sending a request to someone on LinkedIn, without sending or without writing any personalized note, so is there any higher possibility for that person? The invitation or the request will not get accepted by the other person if will not write a personalized note.
If your personalized note is more like an AI generated one, even the personalized note will
Okay.
get rejected. Yeah.
Okay. And how someone can differentiate that?
I remember I have like two, three personalized notes still pending, which says like, hi
Okay.
XYZ, my name is this. And I was like,
Huh.
what do you mean by this? What is XYZ? They have not mentioned their name, they have written XYZ. So you know this is ChatGPT. They've copy pasted, and you have just put it without even dropping their name. You will know that. But if in the personalized note there should be a specific framework. You have to tell them again that how did you reach out to them? What is the one thing that interests you, and why exactly you want to connect with them? Maybe you like their content. Maybe you want to start a conversation. Maybe you want to invite them to your podcast, something like that. Or maybe you want to collab with them on some specific thing. You have to write that why you are connecting with them, and you will eventually, like, your connection request will get accepted. But also, let's say that I am putting out content and one girl is always commenting on the post, and I am also commenting on her post, and we are not connected. We need not to send personalized note now, because we know each other through our content, and we know that we love each other content, and we can just simply send them a connection request and it get accepted. There's no need of personalized note. But if you are sending connection request to your potential client, right? Or maybe an in-mail message on LinkedIn. That's a premium feature, by the way. That should be something like that. There should be a proper framework of that. You need to have a proper pitch that should not sound salesy, but there are high chances of getting accepted. So that's how a personalized note, with personalized note and without personalized note, your connection request can get accepted.
Got it. Does LinkedIn Premium helps you to get more reach and engagement or virality, or is it a myth?
No, 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 no. LinkedIn Premium will not help you to get more engagement and more reach. It will help you to reach out to more people, to connect with more people, to build connection and make a strong community. But on your post, it will not help you to get engagement. It's not like LinkedIn Premium is
Okay.
all organic, by the way. There's no
Hmm.
inorganic thing, right? So your content will be like your content will be viral only if you have written good, right? LinkedIn Premium will not help you to do that. LinkedIn Premium will help you to connect with good people. You can send like endless connection requests to people. If you are into branding and you want clients, you can just reach out to your potential clients on LinkedIn, right? Just by sending a connection request. Because without a premium, I guess you can send approximately 4 to 5 connection requests in a month, which is like very less. I sent
Very less,
I send like
exactly.
15 to 20 every day. I send 15 to 20 every day. So like this is required. Because premium is required for that.
Yeah, and apart from that, if a unknown person has gone through your profile, you'll not be able to know their name as well.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah, that's the
Mhm.
thing. What are the most meaningful metrics people should track to understand whether their brand efforts on LinkedIn are working?
Yeah, I said like the matrix is when you know that when people are engaging, profile visit, invites, job titles, clients. This is exactly how you trace the matrix. I just talked about that.
Give me a step-by-step process if someone is a beginner, how someone
Hmm.
can create an amazing LinkedIn profile. Starting from the cover picture, profile picture, headlines, and rate those things out of 10.
That's a good question, though. Okay, so if I talk about, if you have to start very like from the scratch on LinkedIn, the first one,
Yeah.
number thing is you write your name, of course, then your bio. In your bio, you have to make sure that your first 4 to 5 keywords should be bomb. It's not like you are like, let's say you are a CA aspirant, you are working in this college, you are doing BCom, you are into like, you are something like let's say you are a Instagram creator, you are an influencer, a content writer. You don't have to sound like that, right? You just have to write what exactly you will help with. As I have written that I help people to go like build a presence on LinkedIn. I help because even if people don't come to your profile, no, even you comment on someone post or you have reacted on someone post or you, even if you have sent it connection request to someone, they will not come to your profile and they will know who you are but just by reading that first 4 to 5 keywords that you have written in the bio. So yeah, bio is very important. You don't have to be very generic in bio. You are a content writer. You are a like you write content on LinkedIn. You are a content writer on LinkedIn. You are an influencer on Instagram. You are a YouTuber. You don't have to sound like that. You have to say like I help people from this to this. I am a personal finance coach. I will help you manage money. I am a fitness coach. I am a food. I'm something into food and nutrition. Right. You have to write. I am. I help you write books. I am an author. That's how people will connect with you. Like, okay, this is the man who will help you do this. This is the girl who will help you do this. That's how. Even if you write that, oh, you are a content creator on LinkedIn, people will not connect. So number one thing again is bio. Bio is very important. Very important. Second is again about section. About section is you have
Okay.
explained your bio in the detail, right? So you because you have some limit of characters in the bio, and bio need to be short, right? So about section you have like good number of characters, right? So you can write in detail that I will help you turn from this and this. You have written in the about section, and how you will do that, and what will this eventually take you. This will be explained in the bio. You can give them in the in the pointers form, or you can give them a case study that I will help this person from go to this, and I've helped this person to gain weight, lose weight if you're into fitness, and I've helped this person write a book if you're into writing and if you're an author, right? You give them a detailed version of that, right? And also in the end, you can write how can you reach out to them? You can DM growth that like I have written, you can DM me growth if you want to create content on LinkedIn, or you can give your email ID, you can write everything. So your about section is like detailed, like very detailed, friendly tone, but an approachable way to write on LinkedIn. Again, this is number two thing you need to keep in mind. Again, the third thing is the banner. Your banner should reflect you. It's not like it should again sound like a very it should sound like a poster or a flyer kind of a thing which says like, oh, I help you do this and that. It should be something that relates to you. Something you should be like 3 key points. I will help you do this, this, this. That's it. Your picture, your email ID, your brand logo, if you have any company, your logo, that's it. That should be clean and nice. Or maybe in banner you can write some of your achievements if you have any. Right? You can write, oh, you have featured on Billboard. You can write about that. You are someone who is into, let's say, you can book a call on top mate. You can mention about your top mate thing right there, right? You are top 1% on personal
Hmm.
branding in the world on Favicon. You can write about that. So you can mention your achievements also in the banner. So that should be the attractive and someone when someone comes to the profile, the banner is the topmost thing that you see on someone's profile. So that should attract people, right? And the empty banner is like you're not having a good logo of your company, a profile picture or a banner. It should be like that. So these are like top four things you need to keep in mind when you are just starting out on LinkedIn.
Got it. So, like talking about a beginner, what are the biggest mistakes that you have witnessed people make when they are just starting out on LinkedIn?
Yeah, people on LinkedIn when they start is like they instead of just consuming content, they start writing content. You need to be very specific about all these things. Like it's not like you have logged into LinkedIn and you just start creating content because let's say I have someone, they see me as creating content on LinkedIn, they'll just log into LinkedIn and they'll just start creating content. No, that's not how things happen. You need to be a very good consumer. You need to be a content consumer first. You have logged into LinkedIn, you have to
Hmm.
consume content for like 5 to 6 days and you have to see what kind of content is working because you are a complete beginner, you don't know anything about LinkedIn. You need to consume content. You have to look at big creators' profile, look at how you have to grow, look at some videos and podcasts about LinkedIn, and you will know, right, that how you can grow on LinkedIn. You need to be a very good consumer here. Like again, when you're talking to someone, you need to be a good listener. Likewise, you have to be a good consumer on LinkedIn. You have to read people post. You have to see like what level of content they are posting. You might be on level one, you're thinking or you'll start posting and people are already posting on level 10, right? You have to be over and above that, right? It's like that on LinkedIn. You have to be a consumer first, then you start creating. Again, it's not like that, oh, you are on level one and you can't create you can't start creating content on LinkedIn. Everyone has their own personalized, relatable stories. You can be on level one, but you can still create and write stories at level 10, right? So that's a different, like, whole metrics that you need to keep in mind before starting on writing content on LinkedIn.
So basically, you have to consume more to reach to that level 10, right?
Yeah.
Got it. So, as you help business professionals and
Yeah.
entrepreneurs, and you help them to leverage their LinkedIn and grow their brand, so how can professionals or entrepreneurs discover their unique voice on LinkedIn, especially in the crowded industries?
Oh, well. So in the crowded industry, again, you don't have to be sound like someone else. I am using this line so many times, but this is actually very much important because every other person wants to be like someone. Every other person wants to be like someone, right? You have seen one specific creator and you're like, bro, I need to reach that level. I want to be like her. I want to be like him, right? You don't have to be like that. You can learn a lot of things from them. You can learn about them. You can research about their company a lot. You can see how they have grown, but you can't sound like them. You can't copy a personality. You should have your own personality. It's like that it's more like that you have a weight of your personality, and you have a specific energy that even if you're not in the room, people will know your energy. Someone has taken your name and they will eventually know what kind of energy, what kind of expertise, what kind of warmth you will carry, right? So that's actually how you can create your own personality on LinkedIn. And specific in the crowded, as you said, that for any solopreneur or anyone, any professional in the crowded one, this is exactly what takes you, which reflects you in the crowd. You don't have to be like, and also building a personality does not comes overnight. You have to eventually practice that. If you are, let's say you are a funny person, right, you have to add humor to your post. If you are, let's say, reflective person, you have to blend that in the tone. It's not like you are a very, like, Garima is a very funny person and she is not funny and she's putting a very serious post on LinkedIn. That does not matches my personality. And you met me and you're like, bro, you're very funny, but in your post you sound very serious and aggressive. Why? You have to be sane. If you are a person very funny, you have to write funny. You have to add a little humor, right? And if you're reflective one, you have to blend that. You have to showcase your personality, the real personality of you in your post, other than sounding like someone else.
But I think everyone has their own alter egos, and it's okay to share to show different personalities on different platforms. There's this one creative friend of
Mm.
mine, and she posts funny content on LinkedIn, but funny content on Instagram. Sorry, but when it comes to LinkedIn, she only posts serious content.
Oh, wow. Yeah. So it means that she has two personalities. She is a funny
Yeah.
person also, but she can share insights. She can share her insights in a different way also. If that's working for her,
Hmm.
that's a win situation for her and her audience, right? It's not like she is
Hmm.
not a funny person if she's posting serious content. It's not like she'll be posting aggressively or in a most, arrogant manner. It's not like that. She will still have, like, this will automatically and naturally come. She will still have a pinch of humor in her content on LinkedIn also, right? This will eventually happen. This just come naturally. So that's the thing.
For students or for professionals or for entrepreneurs, do you have a particular framework or exercise you recommend them for uncovering personal stories worth sharing, like how someone can share personal
Okay.
stories? Hmm.
Well, yeah. So if I talk about a specific framework, I have this framework called STAR. I don't know if I remember that, but I used to write a lot about STAR because always use the star emoji whenever I write content and comments, you might know. So STAR is basically your situation, your thought, your action, and your result, right? Your situation is, let's take an example. It is like you are on a call with a client and your Wi-Fi got crashed and you disconnected. So that's a situation, you know. Your thought is you thought that, oh, my Wi-Fi got crashed. I was on a call and I will lose this client. This is your thought. You're thinking. Your situation is that you have your Wi-Fi crashed and you have lost the contact with the client. Your thought is that you started panicking and you started thinking that you will lose the deal. Third one is your action. Action is you called your client and you said that you are very, like, you honestly told them that this is exactly what happened. Let's just connect in 1 hour. Let's just connect in the evening, right? So that's exactly your action, what action you took. And third one is result. They understood your problem, they liked your transparency, and they liked how honest you are. That's result. So that's exactly STAR, which is like your situation, your thought, your action, and your result. So if you have your framework in this manner, in whatever you write, no matter on what platform it is, you will win, because that's the only ultimate like problem solving framework I have discovered so far.
Got it. Uh, so as we all know that you have brand and you help people to grow their LinkedIn. So can you share one of your success story of your client where someone has dramatically transformed their LinkedIn presence, like from zero to
Well,
the top? Yeah.
yeah. I'll talk about one recent case study that had happened. I was working with this potential client and who was
Hmm.
doing amazing in his business. His business was like OP. But his LinkedIn profile was like very invisible. He had somewhere around 1,200 connections. All were old corporate people, all connected. No personal stories, no content, no revamp. But I was like, wait, we have to just start preparing, have to start building a framework for him from the scratch. Even if he has 1,200, I removed all of those connections because it was all dead, right? And we started, and within 3 months, he got like what, like 8x to 10x more engagement than he actually had, because he was like an old man, but he was a very good founder. His work and his brand, business was epic. But he was posting something like good morning messages that we got on WhatsApp, right? He used to post that on LinkedIn because he was not aware about that. That's fair enough. But we started putting out his content, his like company stories, because he was doing mind blowing in his company. We started sharing behind the scenes, and he got like one podcast request, and he got like three leads in that week after 3 weeks. After 3 months, he got like three leads in the third week, which is epic. So that's the most amazing transformation I have ever had with a founder.
So I was just one question. Like few days back, I was attending a LinkedIn live session, and there was this guy in the audience, and he just raised his hand. And per day, I used to send 50, 100 LinkedIn connections during the COVID, and at that time, that and that person now has like 50 or 60 thousand connections, or sorry, or followers on LinkedIn, and that thing helped him to get more engagement and virality. So is
Oh
that
my
true?
God. Yeah. Sending
Yeah.
1,500 connection requests per day. Is it like humanly possible? I mean, I don't think, because I send 20 to 25 connection requests every day with a personalized note, and which is very personalized towards specific person, and it takes me what, 3 hours to send 20 personalized requests every day. But yeah, I can imagine it was COVID, so that person can do that 1,500 in one day. That's next level. But yeah, I am
The reason
assuming that if you're sending 1,500 in one day, that could all be generic, and just sending connection requests without personalized notes. So then hardly he could get what, like 5% of the traction out of that, right? Yeah, but that's epic, 1,500.
and I was having conversation with one of my fellow LinkedIn creators,
Mhm.
and she said to get more engagement and to get more followers or connections or to be more viral, you should post multiple posts on one day, like three to four posts per day.
Oh, I have
And
never tried,
she
but
uh,
huh,
and by doing that, she still now also posts like 4 to 5 posts per day, and she has got like probably more than 1 lakh followers, I guess.
huh, that's good.
Yes.
That's good. So it means if she is posting like two posts a day, there are high chances that she is giving at least 7 hours to one post to get engagement.
Hmm.
It's like if she is
Hmm.
posting today at 11 a.m. in the morning, and next post she'll do on the same day at 7 p.m. So that every post could get a required time to get engagement, right? That's a good thing. But I don't do this to a lot of my clients, because I think it is important for us or our post to gain the traction it requires. My post eventually, if I talk about my post specifically, I only get 10% engagement on day one. On the other day, I see most of the engagement because I post 6 p.m. and on the like next morning I see engagement, right? So if I post another post in 7 hours, my previous post will lose traction, right? So yeah, it is working well for her, because this is because the timings are working really well for her. There are high chances that she's posting at 11 a.m. and 6 p.m. there are high chances if she's posting two one day, because every post has a specific time of getting engagement and gaining traction. So it means that
So
at both of these timings working well, and she's having a good target audience in both of these timings.
So in one post, she's talking about HR industry because she's an HR, and talking about a
Mhm.
second post, she talks about courses and all. She also like uploads courses, links, and certifications. And the third, she talks about the personal life thing, like the personalized content. Looking for her.
It means that she has very perfectly analyzed that when is that target audience present. If she has one specific time when the HR people are present, one specific time where the students are present where she can sell courses, and one specific time where her specific LinkedIn best connections are present wherein she can share her personalized story. So she has tackled that graft really well if she's posting that. That's amazing. Of course she is. She's having
Go.
like what 1 lakh followers, right? Yeah. Good.
Got it. So, if someone wants to be a LinkedIn strategist like you are one of the OG that I have personally witnessed, and if someone wants to be a LinkedIn strategist, what's the proper roadmap for that person to follow to be like you?
I think the first and the foremost, the only roadmap is before you help someone, make sure that one thing, the problem you'll solve to the people, that problem should be solved in your case. If you are not a brand yourself, if your personal brand is not optimized enough, you are not the face that can help people. If you are the one who have, you have that specific personality, your personal brand is already very optimized, your personal brand is doing great, you're getting consistent what leads and clients and offers on LinkedIn, it means that you can help other people as well. But if you think that you are still in that phase that you are still discovering, although when you start an agency, you still discover, but you are in your personal brand, if you are still discovering and learning, do that nicely. It takes time. It will take time and it requires a specific time. Give that time. And once you're done with that, you are not in that discovering phase anymore and not in that phase wherein you're just thinking of what could be next, then you can restart it. So because learning and discovering is a long time thing. You start discovering about others once you are done discovering about you, right? So that's how you have that specific roadmap and you can start sending connection requests, start searching for leads. And also if you are, starting an agency, you are a founder, you are a personal branding strategist, you will learn a lot of things after being a founder, right? You will come up with a lot of, let's say, AI tools, come up with a lot of websites and tools and third-party tools wherein you will get a lot of clients from India and from US, right? So you will start discovering in the agency also. That's a good thing.
Got it. And there are two questions that suddenly strike my mind. First question is that you being a personal strategist or LinkedIn strategist, is there any template? Is there any template, or like how do you reach out to your potential clients?
Okay, so if someone is starting as a LinkedIn strategist, again, you can send cold emails, email messages, personalized note. You can go to a different website. I have recently discovered xp.com. I have recently discovered elo.com. There are a lot of websites where you can get Apollo, you can get emails, their phone numbers, and you can just start pitching. And in that, I'll tell you the best pitch that I have ever written, the cold email. The number one is I have written hi XYZ from specific person. I told them I have recently visited your profile because I saw your comment on this creator post and you talked about this, which is amazing, and I'm applying this in my real life. Paragraph number one. Number second is you're reaching out because and then I write I'm reaching out because I see that your LinkedIn, you are doing great, but I see one specific problem and I can solve this problem and I have helped a lot of people and I'm doing this from a year now. Second paragraph. Third would be your introduction. A bit about me. I am into personal branding. I help founders, this and this. And I have helped a lot of people doing that. And I have written content for these specific brands. And then the fourth paragraph is that I have few ideas that I want to share with you. These are the ideas we can work on. If you are ready, let's just hop on a 15 minutes call and we are good to go. That's like four-step framework I usually, that's like my pet framework I use in cold emails or maybe on phone calls, cold calls. That's everyone can use that. You can steal it because that's the best. I have got the most amazing client from using this framework, like four paragraph framework. personalized note or email, because that's the best. Because you are telling them why you're reaching out, you're telling them why, what, how you can help them, you're telling about you and your brand, and you're telling that what this can take them to, right? What could be the growth look like? So this actually solves a lot of problems. So that's the best which I usually do.
So while reaching out to potential clients, there would be many people who would be saying no as well. So this is kind of quite disheartening. So how someone can tackle that if someone is a beginner in this field, like how to take that no from your potential creatives, yeah,
I mean, if you
potential
have
clients.
already
Sorry.
started, sorry, if you have already started your agency and you're a founder, you just need to be ready for rejections. As I said, that
Okay.
I sent 20 personalized notes per day, which means like how much in, like I send approximately 20 per day. Forget about Sunday, right? And I get 3 to 4 clients every week. 3 to 4 every week. Now think of this. Personally, I'm sending like 20 every day. I'm getting, after a week, I'm getting just 4 to 5 connections. So it means that I'm getting a lot of rejection. It's not like rejection. Someone are just not opening my messages. Someone are not just looking at it. Someone already have a strategist. Someone is not interested. Someone has some financial issue. Whatever the problem is, and someone will just come and they'll just speak that this is not exactly what you're doing. This is you or your career is. I remember one of the client is like, I am. He said that I am into marketing from 9 years. What will you help me do in? And I was like, wait, I'll tell you. So it was more about you have to be ready for rejection. You have to be like, you don't have to take it personally. You don't have to, you have to think that, oh, maybe I'm getting rejections. I'm getting a lot of rejections because I'm not skilled enough. It's not like that you're not skilled enough. Maybe your system is not appropriate enough. Maybe you don't have that good approaching strategy. But even if you have, you will still have to face rejection, because every founder, every startup owners, they have some other thing, something or the other, wherein they'll just tell you why you're not the perfect one. But it's okay. You are having 5 to 6 clients, you're getting new clients every day. It means that that's a win situation. But if you're not getting clients, right? Even if after sending 20 to 30 personalized notes, then you have to change your approach. Then it means that there is something like something not appropriate in you than the founder. But if you're getting clients, if you're like what 2 to 3 also even in a week, then you are at a good place. You are like your strategy is amazing. Then you have to just be ready for rejection and don't take anything personally. It's just the part of.
Got it. Any advice for to all the freelancers who are just starting out in this field, like someone wants to be a LinkedIn strategist, like before establishing their own personal brand?
For anyone who want to start their own personal brand of freelancing, I just have this one amazing tip: is don't stick to one format or one strategy or one approach. You have to just keep discovering every time. You have to make a I have the spreadsheet wherein I write whom I reach out to, and how did I reach out to, through a call, through a personalized message, through email message, through whatever the format is, right? You just write that and you just keep discovering. It's not like you are sending only personalized connection request every day for a month. No, you're only sending what you are only doing email messages for a month. You have to keep discovering. One day you're doing personalized, another day you're doing email, another day, another day, another. You have to keep discovering, and you won't know what works for you, right? You will eventually know once you start discovering. Imagine you're sending like what personalized note for a month, and you are like, oh, bro, I'm not skilled enough. I'm not getting even a single client. It's not because you are not skilled enough. It's because you are just stick towards one approach or one format. You have to start discovering and keep discovering, because there are a lot of good AI tools also. You have to be pro in AI. You have to start, like, you are living in the AI world, right? You have to be pro in that. You have to keep learning about AI also. So once you are in that, you are into, your mindset is made in such a way when you crave for discovering and you crave for learning and you want to grow and learn whatever insights you are getting, you crave for that, then you are a perfect one to start an agency.
Got it. So any AI tool that you use to be an amazing LinkedIn strategist, or creators can use to create or post great content?
Well, it is always advisable to write your own content, but I use this Taplio.ai. It is amazing. This will actually help you to get all the best posts on LinkedIn from some creator because I remember I was in that phase. I had this creator. I love her content, and she used to write really well, and she's doing it from like what 4 to 5 years from now. And I was just sitting and I was scrolling all her posts. I'm like, I need her best post, and I logged into Taplio and I got all of her best posts in one. But it was like half the job is done, right? So Tableau is best. Again, Apollo is best. Apollo will help you to reach out to your potential client because you will get all the email IDs, active email IDs of all the founders and CEOs. Apollo will help you in that. Also, if you want some good client-based lead generation thing, you can use Xply. You can use Xply is where you can get 50 connections for free in the initial one. Let's say you want to have a target audience of real estate in UK or someone marketing people in US, right? You just write about that and you'll get people from UK and you'll get contacts of their email ID or LinkedIn, their phone number. You'll get a PDF of that in XP. And same is the case in Yellow also. You'll get people in Dubai, US, everyone. You'll get your email ID. You will get their phone numbers and you can just directly call them, pitch your services. That's it.
Got
That's
it.
amazing.
So there's an interesting question that struck my mind. So how do you do the research and curate posts for your clients based on different niches and all? How do you do that like perfect research and you come up with such amazing post as we all witness? Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll tell you, the happens is if I have recently closed a client, I don't know about anything. I don't know anything
Hmm.
about their brand. I have this spreadsheet wherein I have what 50 questions
Sorry.
and I send that question list to the founder or that potential client and they will fill them. And that PDF has 50 questions which has exactly what they are, what their client story is, why did they started, what is taking, why is their brand different from what some other brand in the same niche. So I have like 50 set of questions and after knowing that answers I'll get into their shoes after knowing their answers. So you have to be pro in those questions because eventually if you are on a call with someone you will not know that person and their approach and their business strategies and ideas just being on a call. You need to do a deep research into that person's personality and their business approach and their brand. So for that, for deep research, we have that question list prepared wherein they have every question, every brand related question, every question related to the content they want to post, the content they don't want to post, every question they have. And once they fill, and we just get into their show and then we start creating content.
Got it. So, as we all know, that it's quite impossible to work with everyone, right? And it's quite impossible to say yes to everyone. So, how do you select your clients?
So most of the clients that I have are like what 50%, not 50, like 70% outbound. 70% outbound
Okay.
is means like I have reached out to them eventually, right? It's like I have already chose them as that they could be my client. It could be founder, entrepreneurs, CEOs, CFOs, startup owners, builders, anything like that, right? I have, but all the 30% days are left. They are people who are into colleges, who are into what they're learning something, but they don't have a specific budget. So we have two things which is like we do for them, wherein we have all the access of their LinkedIn and we just make the content. But second part, which is mostly inbound, is wherein we help them grow and they write content for them, but we just tell them the strategy. It's like done with you, wherein I tell them the strategy, I tell them what exactly they can do, what exactly they can change. I don't have the sense of their LinkedIn. I don't do things for them, but I just tell them how to do that. Right. So there are like two category of people we work with. So that's how. That's mostly outbound is mostly I have the assess properly. Founders, they're big people, big creators, busy people. And inbound are people who are into colleges, corporates, they don't have time, but still want to be on LinkedIn and we help them grow. We don't grow their brand, we just help them. Right.
Help them grow. Perfect. There's this one spicy question that strike my mind. Any creator or any creator or any potential client that you have worked with and later you have regretted and you were like, "कि इसके साथ मैंने क्यों काम किया?"
One of my very first client, I won't take name, I still remember his name.
Yeah, yeah.
He was in a factory. He was into
Okay.
molding, something like that. He was into, yeah, in woodwork. And not exactly woodwork, but he was into molding and stuff. It was his father business. And he wanted me to get some clients. He got two clients, right? Just by creating content for 1 month. But he's like, bro, I won't pay you. Like, what? Yeah, so that was like मुझे काम ही नहीं करना चाहिए था इसके साथ. So that was that phase. Because it was my very first client. I was still in a very stage one discovering. My contract was not ready. My invoice was not ready. Nothing was ready with me. And I got a personality like him. And I was like, okay, let it be. That was just, and it's just the experience. Right? You start discovering and you
But
start.
but I've heard this thing. If you are just starting out, or if you're a beginner in any of the field, and if you're a freelancer in this field, just do free work to have that like establishment on the platform.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I did a lot of free work. I did a lot of free work. Yeah, I used to prepare a full LinkedIn audit reports for every other founder for free. And I have to give them content for 15. Because if you know that you are skilled enough, right? You should people should pay you for that, right? You are
Hmm.
doing the free thing just to make them as a client. You did, yeah, you did like what? You did free for 2 weeks, and then they see the growth, and then they hire you. So that's exactly what free work does not mean that you will just serve them for free forever. Free work means that you are
True.
doing something
True.
for free, you're showcasing your value for 2 weeks, for 1 week, and then they hire you because you are skilled enough. That's exactly how
True.
you work free for someone. And
True.
even if they're not paying you, you just take a public testimonial and you're good to go. At least
Yeah.
you have a testimonial to show on LinkedIn, right?
At least there should be some form of like give and take relationship,
Yeah,
even if you're
right.
not paying. Yeah. Hmm.
Exactly.
S- So, you have been a LinkedIn strategist from a very long time. So, how have LinkedIn algorithm changes over the past year altered your strategies?
Well, I think whatever the LinkedIn algorithm keeps changing. It's like today
Yeah.
your post get 500 likes and tomorrow you get 10 likes. So your LinkedIn algorithm will change. But the main thing you need to focus on, if you're a creator and if you're a creator who really have good audience and people and community, you have to keep showing up no matter what. Even if the algorithm is against you, it's against your post and it's not getting the expected traction. If you keep showing up, you will win. It's not like you are gaining. It's like you have a specific criteria and the LinkedIn algorithm is working on that. That LinkedIn algorithm is working the best. Then only you have to post. You have to keep showing up no matter what, even if the algorithm is not working with you. If you're getting 10 likes, 15 likes, no, you had got 500 likes, 600 likes, but now you get 10 likes. You just have to be there. You have to keep showing up. You don't have to sound or be like a dead person who is not getting traction. Yeah, sorry, I got a call. So if your content and everything keeps showing up, even if the algorithm doesn't work, you will win. It's not like you have to pause. You can't, it's a social media, right? On LinkedIn, you can't just think of like, oh, 1 month the algorithm will not work and you will not post for 1 month. No, you have to be there. Even if, no matter how good or how bad the algorithm is, you have to keep showing up with your expertise for your people, for your 10, 15 people, if they are active, right? You have to be there.
We all start content creation by watching someone. We get inspired by watching someone. So, who are the creators you get inspiration from, and who are your favorite creators? And after watching them, you would be like, they're amazing in their field. So, I should start creating content. So, who are your inspirations when it comes to creating content on LinkedIn? Or who are
I
your
just
favorite
love
creators?
this creator. I'll tell you, I just love this creator, Vedika. She is amazing. Vedika Bhai, right? Growth
I
Square.
know. Grow
She
Square,
is
yeah.
amazing. Whatever she is doing, what approach she has towards any of her client, any of her LinkedIn, Instagram strategy, even if towards her co-founder Unnati, she's just amazing in everything. Right? I like her content on LinkedIn. I like her content for Instagram. She's doing amazing on Instagram. Also, this Lara Costa, she is amazing. She is not actually, she's not reaching out to any client. She don't have any client, but she's just teaching LinkedIn, which I told you before, done for you. and done with you. She's doing done with you, wherein she's just teaching people, she's just telling them how to grow, and she does not have actually potential clients. She's just helping them, right? She is doing amazing. Her YouTube content is the best. Like I have binged watched her content on YouTube. She is that amazing. Who else? Also Unnati, she's the co-founder. Lara, Jasmine Alec, he is amazing. Jasmine Alec has content on LinkedIn. I remember I didn't see any of the content of Jasmine Alec till I saw one of his audio event on LinkedIn. I got a notification that there was some event happening with Jasmine Alec. I was like, bro, who is this man? And then I came to like he is the epic mind blowing person. Anyone could, know for personal branding. He's the one.
Great. There is one content creator, and she is one of my favorite because she adds humor in every post of hers. And you
Hmm.
probably might have heard her name, Smriti.
Samriti, yeah, I know her.
Sahu, yeah.
Samriti Sahu. Yeah,
Yes.
Samriti Sahu, she does not have pictures. She'll just post
Yes, she
one
only
liner
post
content and it
one
will
line.
boost.
Yeah.
It will boost, and that's amazing. I just love her content also, yeah.
Yeah, she's amazing. And by doing that only, she has gained 3 lakhs followers.
Yeah,
Yes,
she's actually favored towards a specific format. She is favored towards her own content specialization, which is the best.
perfect. Great. So, any books you would like to recommend? As I personally know that you are a voracious reader and you love to read a lot. So, any book recommendations for any aspiring creators or or aspiring LinkedIn strategist or any personal favorite of yours?
Okay.
Top five.
I am top five. Okay, I am reading this
Yeah.
book currently, which is How Business Storytelling Works by Sangeeta. This book is amazing. Oh, you're looking at your bookshelf. I can see you.
Yes. Yes.
Right. Yeah, this book is amazing. I'm actually on like 14th chapter, and this 14th or 17th, I don't know, in the last chapter, and that talks specifically about personal branding. That book is amazing. Also, I read that book, Talk Like Ted. I think you gave me that book, I guess. Talk Like
Yes.
Ted. You gave me
Yes.
that book, yeah. Talk Like Ted
It's
book is
it's one of
amazing.
the best. It's one of the best book if you want to be a public speaker.
Yes, yes, 100%. So
Yeah.
that book is amazing. I read that like what, 2 months ago, and I finished it in 1 week, I guess. That's an amazing book. Even if that public speaking is not your thing, even if that you are not, that in long term you'll not go on stage and speak with a mic in front of 1,000 people, still you need to read that book because it will boost your personality so much. It will boost your personality so much. Also, I will be reading this book which is on entrepreneurship. I don't remember that name exactly. I'll tell you later. That's a gray covered book. How can I forget? Because I am not reading that yet. I will be starting after I finish. That's a Deep Das book. That is onto entrepreneurship, everything. What else? What else? I am not a big fan of self-help books, by the way. I don't like
There are few
self-help.
self-help books. There are few self-help books that are really amazing. But
Mhm.
talking about
Yeah,
every self-help book, they just like write the same thing by twisting and turning the same like words and jargon. So yeah.
right, right. Yeah. I like more such books which are in which has storytelling, right? Which tells you, which hooks you to know the story. Because in self-help books, I should not say that, but whatever I have read, they have almost the same generic solutions, and I prefer podcast. I prefer watching podcast for that because if you want to, if you really want some self-help, you can read podcasts. So yeah. So these are like two to three my one of my favorite books that I am
Let
currently
me
reading.
suggest you. Let me suggest you.
Yeah,
Sorry. Let me suggest you two books, and
perfect.
this one particular book is very good to understand the science of storytelling, and this is the book.
Oh, I can see that.
Will
Can you just
Store.
read it
The
like
science of the name of the book is The Science of Storytelling by Will Store.
science of storytelling? Oh, that's
Yes.
that. Okay. Great.
And there is
Okay.
another book, like if you want to build a brand with adding elements of story, like you can create a storyboard.
Mhm.
So this is the book.
Oh, I've seen this book, Building a Story Brand. Yeah,
And
yeah,
it
yeah,
has
yeah.
and it has two parts. This is the 2.0, and then the first one is building
Right. Yeah.
building a story brand to 1.0.
I have seen this book on Instagram. I was just scrolling and there was a man who was reviewing this book. This is amazing, yeah. But I'm more into
But
watching podcasts. Yeah, I was telling about the recent podcast I've had watched. This channel called David Perrick and David Perel, and he has every. You go to every video, you go to any video of this person, you will see the art of writing. Now that I am into writing, I watch such kind of videos, but you will see that David Perel, he has what he has hosted Tim, he has hosted Morgans also, and they will tell you exactly how you can turn your generic kind of a thinking into your thinking will change into a storytelling way. Your thinking will change into building and leaning towards the surface wherein it will take you to a specific final level. That channel is amazing. I'm not suggesting any specific video. That channel itself is mind blowing. You'll know that once you.
any other favorite podcasters of yours, or like any other favorite podcast that you love to watch, or you get inspired from, or
Mm,
get to learn something new from them?
Something new. Also, if I talk specifically about Sandeep Das, I saw this podcast of Sandeep Das. That's why I ordered a book. I saw this podcast of Sandeep Das. Also, I saw this podcast of Vaibhav Srishanti, who is the founder of Growth School. Right? This person is into LinkedIn AI first world, and he did a podcast with Rashamani. That was amazing, amazing podcast. That I gained like so many
Yeah,
insight.
yeah.
Anyone could do so many insight AI tools. That was amazing.
There are a few podcasts that I would love to suggest. One is Lex
Hmm.
Friedman. So he's a computer scientist researcher at MIT, and he only interviews people who are into this tech field, like AI, coding, and all. And if you want to
Oh,
learn more about AI in a more deeper way, then you should definitely watch his podcast, Lex Friedman.
great. What's the name?
Lex Friedman. Lex Friedman
Oh,
Show. Yeah.
okay.
And if you
Got
want to know more about content creation, and if you want to hear different perspectives, strategies related to content creation, and how creators grew from 1 to 0, doesn't matter the
Mm-hmm.
platform, then you should watch the Colin and Shamir show. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. That's a good channel. Hmm.
that's an amazing channel. Then the third one is Chris Williamson. Like you
Not heard of
probably
it.
yeah,
Oh, yeah,
you
I did. I did. Yeah, it's a long time since I discovered this channel, but yeah, thanks for
You
reminding me.
should definitely watch that one particular episode of Krish where he is interviewing Naval Ravikant. And you will absolutely love that episode. It's
Okay,
quite long, like
I
three
have
hours,
seen this.
but you should definitely
Mhm.
watch.
Great.
And
I guess
last
I have
two
seen this. I
recommend
have to you have to rewatch it, I guess. Yeah.
yes. And last two recommendations would be Rashamani. And he asks amazing
Oh, he's
questions,
the OG.
and yeah, he's the OG. And the last one would be the OG, the one who started this culture of podcast, and that is the Joe Rogan.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, he's
Yes,
the
yes.
yeah, yeah.
And
That's
if you are more focused about health, then you should watch the Huberman podcast. Like Andrew Huberman is the what neuroscientist.
yeah, related to health, right? Yeah, I've recently
Health,
started working out, by the way. For a person
perfect,
like me who's on the laptop and desk for like what 18 hours straight, I need to start working out.
perfect. So my second last question would be to you. Uh, so my second last question would be to you: how someone can or get connections with maximum creators on LinkedIn? Like he or she is a completely new person, and he just want
Mm-hmm.
to learn, and just want to create with fellow creators who are doing great in their field.
Okay, okay. So for that, now that you are creating content, also you are learning, you are someone from the scratch, you're starting from scratch. You have to connect with people who have, let's say, 1K, 2K more follower than you, right? It's like you just connect with them just so that your content should be shown in their feed, right? You just write a note, personalized note. You just tell them, hey, I like your content. Yeah, I like your specific post about this. I am starting out on LinkedIn. I want to learn. I want to consume good content. So I want to connect with you. You just be straight that you're starting out. You're a noob. Don't write you're a noob, but you're starting out on LinkedIn. You want to make a good personality on this platform. So I want to connect with like-minded people and individuals like you. So I'm sending you a connection request, right? Warm regards. That's it. So you don't have to start. You start sending connection with people with 50K, 1 lakh followers. Don't do that. Send connection request to 1K, 2K followers above than you. That's how you start. You start like small. You start with creating a small community, then it becomes big, and then it becomes big. And when your content started showing up to all the active users and all the people who are into your niche or maybe not into your niche, you're like one step above. And then you start, your content will be shown to your second degree connection and then to the third degree connection. You cannot just straight away jump to the third degree connection, right? You have to be like first degree, second degree, third degree. And then eventually you will
And
see that after that, sorry.
hmm, and why you are saying not to connect, like if you're starting out, not to connect with big creators?
Because there are high chances that your connection request will be rejected, right?
Okay.
We want, even if we are sending connection request, we want that we should send in a way that your connection request gets accepted, right? If you start with baby steps, if you start with sending connection requests to small creators, and your content will start booming because your content piece will start showing in their page, and then you're like one step above, and then you start with another, and then you start with another. We have to send connection requests to big creators undeniably, but we don't have to start with that. We have to send, but we will start small, and then we'll take steps further. But if you jump towards the fourth step, there are high chances that you will face rejection and your connection request will be just be in the crowd, right?
Any followers count that you have in your mind, like after reaching to this particular number, if you're a beginner, or after
Mhm.
hitting this particular number of followers, then you can reach to the big creators.
I mean, for me, as someone who is into personal branding, I look for leads and clients. I don't look for connecting with people, right? Because if
Okay.
someone who I have connect with, let's say 5 people today, I don't target that they should have what 50K followers or 1 lakh followers. Then only I target. I connect with people who have less followers than me, so that I can help them grow their LinkedIn. So as a person who is into this niche, I don't chase for people who has good number of followers and pages, and I want to connect with them. They will eventually see me if my work is good, and people who are less followed, they also see me if my work is good, right? So you have to think about what pays your bill. You don't have to chase for numbers.
Got it. So this is one important question I forgot to ask. Talking about brand collaboration, it's quite easy on Instagram and on YouTube as well to get brand collaboration because of the short
Yeah.
form content. But when it comes to LinkedIn, there are very few collaboration that you get from brands. So how someone can
Mhm.
get brand collaborations on LinkedIn?
Yeah, for brand collaborations, you need to get good engagement. You have then for brand collaboration, sorry, you need to chase numbers. You need to have some specific followers, right? Now that you can see that you can hardly see any brand collaboration on my profile. It is all about
Exactly.
uh, personal branding tips, client stories, case studies. You will hardly see. I used to do a lot of because I was more into followers. I had not discovered my niche that time, but now it is very less rate. I have not stopped doing that. I will do that. But it's the rate, the matrix is very less because now I am more into not chasing numbers. I don't have a target to hit 20K this month or hit 50K this month. I target that I have to hit 10 followers this month, 10 clients this month. I have a target of getting 15 more clients this month, 6 more clients this month. So my target has eventually changed. Earlier, my target was to get like 10K followers this month, 15K followers this month. Now my target has eventually changed to something else. So that's why brand collaborations specifically, if you want the POC should look at you, your content should be consistent, your profile should be well optimized, and your follower count and engagement should be high. So that's how you get POC will directly reach out to you for brand collaborations.
Okay, so if someone is starting out on LinkedIn or any other social media platform as a
Mm-hmm.
content creator, so should that person should treat content creation as a fun thing, or should like prioritize more on it, or should make this thing their main goal? What would you suggest, or what would be your approach?
I
If would
mean,
have
initially everyone write contents for fun, right? Because they're
okay,
loving the kind of content they're getting. They're loving that, oh, yesterday I got 10 likes, today I got 15. They're loving that growth. So they will
Yes.
start it as a fun game. But once they have discovered their niche, once they have discovered and they have in their mind they had a proper framework of where this content thing will take them, they will stop chasing numbers again. They will not these followers count, the comment the thing or the like thing will not affect them anymore, right? So yeah, if they have discovered something good and if they really, it's not like if you're writing content, you have to do it full time. It's not like that. You can do it. You can do a job and you can do this, and you can have your own agency about something else, and you can still write on LinkedIn about that. It's not like that. It's not like you have to be full time a creator on LinkedIn. You can promote your brand, your services, a course, your product on LinkedIn. So that's how it works. Like you
Oh,
discover and you do it for fun initially, but after that you're like, oh, this is something that interests me and I'm going to do it for a life.
got it. Got it. So, as you said, agency, and you have your own agency. So, how someone can start their own agency? Like that person has established their brand on LinkedIn, their personal brand on LinkedIn as a LinkedIn strategist. So, how
Yeah.
someone can think of to start an agency, or like what's the process or what's the roadmap you would suggest?
Yeah, if you are someone who is like, let's say, a freelancer, you're doing it all alone, and now that you think that you have served what 10 clients and you're getting good clients and you're getting good clients on like everyday basis, weekly basis, monthly basis, and you can see that okay, you can also now get clients. So you will start your agency if you know that okay, I have served people, I can help people, and there is a way that I can get clients and people will reach out to me. Number one. Secondly, if you have hired someone, if you are, if you are paying someone to do your work, if you are, even if on salaried basis or intern basis, if you have people around you who are into, let's say, engagement, networking, graphic designing, or content strategy, whatever it is, you have people with you, then you start an agency. Agency is where you have a company, you have a community, it's not you alone working. It's like you have 18 people with you, you have 20 people with you, and you have 20 clients, and you have a group of people who are working together. That's how you start an agency. But if you have served like, let's say, 2 to 3 clients, and now it's been 2 months, you're not getting any clients, that's not how you start an agency. If you see that roadmap and if you see that long-term process of your agency, and if you can think that you can take out money out of your profits to give to the people and the team member you have hired, then you can start an agency.
Got it. Got it. So, my second last question would be: is there anything you would like to share or about LinkedIn or your own personal journey or about strategy or content creation that I forgot to ask or I've not asked?
I think we have covered everything. Again, if you want to start from the scratch, it's not like you need to be very much expert about LinkedIn. You need to know about LinkedIn a lot. You can be a complete noob. You can be a complete starter when you log into LinkedIn, but you will learn about a lot of things when you are on LinkedIn. Like, right? It's not like you have 1 lakh followers and you know everything about LinkedIn. You will still discover, you will still learn, and still the algorithm will follow, still the engagement and networking will follow, and you will still learn and discover and grow. Right? You need not to be expert in everything, even if you have 1 lakh followers or you have 0 followers. You can start any which way. So that's how you can start, and that's how if you have reached a certain level, still you can grow. There's always a room for everything, right? A room for growth. So on
Absolutely.
LinkedIn specifically,
So, if someone wants to leverage their LinkedIn, or if someone wants to grow their LinkedIn, how someone can reach out to you?
how someone can reach out to me? Oh, well,
Yes.
that's very easy. Reaching out to me is very easy. I'm the most approachable person you can see. I'm very much active on my comment section. I'm very much active on my mails, in my DMs, in on Talkmates, on Instagram. You can approach to me like by any way. You just give me one DM and I'll reach out to you. No worries.
Perfect.
Like
So,
I'll tell you one of the most important thing. When I started on LinkedIn, I had this one thing in my mind that Garima, you need to be the most approachable person. Like it's not like people should not struggle to reach out to you. It's not like if someone is paying you, then only you will talk to them. You can help them any which way because you have reached that certain expertise. You can help them, right? It's not about you. You don't always talk about money. So that's why reaching out to me and approaching to me, it's quite very easy. You can just DM me on LinkedIn, connect with me, and I'll I'll message you.
Perfect. I'll be sharing your LinkedIn profile link in the comments and in the description box as well. So
All
it was an absolute pleasure having conversation with you, Garima, and I hope you enjoyed the podcast. And looking forward to have many more conversations with you in the coming future as well.
amazing. Thank you so much for having me. I really had a great time talking to you. And thanks for the
Yeah,
podcast and book recommendation. I'll order that.
anytime, anytime.